When we met, we were young and insincere, our teenage skin seduced by the crescendos of our heartbeats. And we mistook love for a rush of blood flow and heightened breathing, a spark so desperately lacking in weight, though electric in its hour of life. And you called me the prettiest boy you ever saw, and I didn't know what to think because I wanted so badly to be a man, strong and strong-willed, all while trapped in my slender, fragile frame. So you called me pretty again and again and would gush about how our bodies fit together like jigsaw pieces. Tessellations on the beaches where we slept and smoked cigarettes and let the sand saturate our hair and fill the gaps between our toes. And you cut my hair one summer day as I watched it fall in pieces before my eyes to the concrete at your feet and proudly wore your work as a crown. And you wrote songs about me and were so afraid of hurting me because you saw my sweet and gentle heart but were oblivious to the strong, abounding goodness of your own. And for a long time you hated yourself, and your life was a flash of brilliance entombed in an ocean of sadness which I could never understand, though I tried with all my might. And I would propose solutions and explanations, and you would laugh because you thought of them years ago and had tested them to their graves. It was then that I knew nothing. But you fought through the sadness because you knew you had something to say and wouldn't rest until you said it. And you grew more brave and eloquent with each day you chose life, and the world stopped and listened and was shaken at its roots. And you gave your voice to the weak and helpless because you were there so many times and couldn't stand seeing people alone or hurt or abused because it touched your pain so deeply. And you taught me to be weak without shame because I know deep down that I'm not nearly as strong or clever or brave as I think I am. And you saw through each layer of me like glass and would laugh at my disguises. Sometimes it hurts, but it was the healing pain of a surgeon's blade, your commanding saccharine smile, a knife. And we thought the highest of each other, but though we were terrible for each other and would argue just because we could. And we moved close to each other as if wading waist deep through mud, and would rage at each other's shadows and our antithetical ways of coping, and eventually we fell apart. But that's okay, because we knew that not all good stories have to end nicely. But you told me you loved me long after you left me, and I believed you more then than when you were mine. It made me strong and still warms me like the flicker of a candle in my rib cage. Thank you, dear friend.